We just jumping in. We just jumping straight in here. Night Views. This is your new favorite sports podcast. I am Sil Abdul, and when we talking sports, I'm always joined by Silos. What's good, man?
What's up, man? Been moving all day. I'm setting up in a new studio, so don't mind all the craziness in the background. But
hey, man, it's always crazy behind me, so it's all good. But with this, we're putting this show through the Still Nation Sports YouTube channel, the newly relaunched channel. Now, first off, I should have had my images ready for this, but shout out to those on the YouTube channel that's been finding the channel through my Chicago Bears coverage. Like, y'all have no idea how bittersweet that is. Like, the Bears is my team, and like we got a quarterback now. Like, we on Hard Knocks, and like I'm seeing like views off of that. I'm like, bro, like, so shout out to the Bears fans out here. Bear down. We back. I'm telling you, bro. Like, this might be crazy. And now that I'm on that topic, I want to throw this up here real quick.
I want that smoke, motherfucker. I want that smoke, motherfucker. Fuck waiting for week 13. Week 13 ain't gonna cut it for me. Bring your punk asses now. Bring it, motherfucker. Bring it, motherfucker. Let's play football now. Let's play football right fucking now. Now.
Wait a minute. Is that a... No, I didn't even realize the hat. Hold on. FTJ, where you at?
Yeah. If people aren't catching this, is a Detroit Lions fan. I don't really know their platform or whatever. I just saw a prominent Bears account that I follow, a fan account, and they retweeted this earlier. And I was like, oh, the Detroit Lions, they feel like they're a little bit scared because I don't know, like we ain't calling out the Lions. Like, we both in the NFC North. Now, I don't know if y'all realize, but we did split the series last year with Justin Fields as our quarterback. And some people say we should have swept y'all. I'm just saying, Lions fan, all I'm saying, y'all seem a little just unnerved. Like, no one's calling y'all out. We're going to see y'all when we see y'all. That's all I'm saying.
I actually saw y'all's preseason game, man, and I just got to say, first of all, shout out to Hard Knocks, because no matter what team they put on there, they make you feel like they're going to win the Super Bowl, bro. But like, just the aura and the like how the team is moving for the Chicago Bears, you could just feel it's different, man. Like oh, yeah. It's exciting to watch them play, man. And y'all got a quarterback, bro.
Hey, man, it's exciting. We're gonna talk about the Bears more in a moment, but I just felt because of, like I said, people I covered the first 2 episodes of Hard Knocks. Episode 3 will be out sometime this week. It just aired. So appreciate the new viewership for that. And I just had to let the I know the Lions, y'all feeling a little nervous. You know what I mean? It's all good. It's a long season. That's all I'm gonna say with that. But outside of that, we're on the YouTube channel, Still Nation Sports. We're throwing more content over there. Also, the X Twitter account. Appreciate the support there. Give that a retweet, repost if you like what you're hearing with this. And we're also on Celos's platforms as well, the YouTube channel and the X Twitter account. And check out just real quick, kind of throw out there what on your channels, on your platforms, Carla. What else you kind of cover? Yeah.
So what we doing, man? We actually revamping right now. So I actually got it's called Real Sports Talk as well, where I'm gonna be doing a breakdown, obviously, on my Miami Heat when that season starts. The Dolphins, especially, they're starting the next couple weeks. It's gonna be reactions to the actual like game highlights, and then I'll be doing a breakdown of like what I thought they can improve, so on and so forth. But then we also got, and I just dropped the episode 1 of Real Talk Comics, man, and I am loving that, dude. I just dropped Ultimate Spider-Man issue 1, and
bro. I'm glad you just said that, bro. I don't mean to interrupt you, but
you good, brother.
I'm about to circle back with you about that run. I just caught up with the Ultimate Spider-Man. Like, that is dope as heck, man. Bro. But go ahead. Go. You got a head statement.
Nah, you good, brother. So right now, I'm working on the edits for issue 2. So I got 1, 2, and 3 right now, and then once I get through those, I'm gonna head back to the local comic shop and get more. I even got some DC comics that I'm dying to start and get through. On that, the other things we're doing is called Real Talk Reacts. For those of you who followed me in the past, y'all know I had theater reactions on there coming out, and then I used to do reaction videos. On there, it's going to be pretty much every show that I watch, where it comes to Power, where it comes to things that I see on social media that I want to react to. I will be doing that on that. So it's kind of like different episodical shows that I'm doing on the actual channel. Mm-hmm. And then we're ending with Real Talk Anime. I'm editing my first episode for Real Talk Anime. We're covering the Demon Slayer. I'm starting the last final season. So, man, I'm excited, man. We're ramping up. We're doing a lot of stuff. So it's fun, man. Cool. It's fun.
That's cool, man. Definitely check out Carlos' platforms with that. And but over here, man, it's all about sports. Now, this started off as a basketball thing, but leading up to the NFL season, we're expanding. You know, we're coming for those night viewership. Yes, like sir. Nightcap and night mode. We aiming for y'all. So we gonna cover this.
We are the new undisputed. That's what
I'm just saying, bro. Hey, we may just take their whole name right now. But with that, we got a lot of NFL stuff. Really, this is pretty much NFL packed show. Now, we want to talk about the NFL preseason standouts, but also there's like another week of NFL preseason, but no one's going to really be playing their starters the rest of the preseason. So it's like we're going to kind of highlight what happened so far. Right. So that's one thing. Before we get into that, one thing that's kind of hanging out there as far as storylines in football right now is the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, a star receiver. Yeah. He's definitely a big part of their offense. I feel and I'm just going to kind of throw it out there, but I want to kind of propose a question too. But I would say arguably he's more important to their offense than Deebo Samuels. I'm just going to kind of throw it out there. Throw it out there, but we'll kind of have a fuller conversation. But the story here is that Brandon Ayuk, he wants his contract extension. He wants his market value. Right now, you're talking about he's just under top tier to me, so he shouldn't be getting no 35 mil, nothing like that. Like Tyreek Hill sets the market, so that if people aren't clear, him and Justin Jefferson see what they're making and then pick something lower because you're not on their level, right? So Brandon Ayuk, his market is about 28 to 30 million, which I think is about right. Top tier receiver, good route runner, good speed. Maybe some system. Maybe the system is like you have a C-Mac on your team that does draw coverage. Like you put C-Mac as a receiver, Christian McCaffrey, he runs the ball like that's. It's about C-Mac, but Brandon Ayuk is a good compliment. But the story here, he was asking for a trade, then he pump faked because no one wanted to pay him that much more. 28 to 30 million is the number. He is back negotiating with the 49ers. And according to a quote unquote, I say source in our sports chat, Israel, if he sees this, he threw it out there.
Mr. Niner himself.
He broke to me today in the chat that they agreed on the number, which is probably about 28 mil, which is just about right. But it can either be 4 years or 3 years. Carlos, my long-winded question to you is, first off, it's kind of a softball question. You think he's worth the money? And if you were deciding, are you doing 3 or 4 years for Ayuk?
To be real, I think he definitely deserves it for what he showed them last season. Especially, I mean, you just mentioned it, Deebo with his injury scares. I mean, you don't really know if he's going to be healthy 1 week or not. So like Ayuk has really been there, especially last season to like take that stride for them. And my whole thing is it should not have gotten to the place that it got to, like, in the media and all that stuff. Like this could have easily been handled. I know he's trying to like get his money up there and stuff like that, but man, like not after one season of you playing this well,
Yeah.
and then the whole, like, you hear in the stories where he's like, I want to go somewhere else. They giving him offers, and I mean, I got to give it to the organization of the 49ers to like stand their ground and be like, nah, bro, like, it's either this or you're gonna have to deal with it. So I mean, I respect that a lot on them, but it really should not have gotten this far. But I do think he deserves the money. I would go if I had to choose to be on the safe side, I would go with 3 years and then extend him after that.
If he balls, right? He's 26
right.
years old, right? So he's homegrown talent. So if you were sold, I mean, again, sometimes we just got to kind of break it to people and their teams here. But if they were sold on IU, this would already been done.
Right.
This deal would have, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you already know the money, the target of the money, now you're balking on the years, it means the 49ers like, hey, by the time you're 29, 30, bro, like, you may not be that dude. You know what I'm saying? So go and take this 3-year deal. This may be the biggest contract you get in your career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I mean, a good example on this, and I know we're talking all NFL, but I mean, and I'm going to go on my team, but like, speaking NBA-wise, you think about it as Jimmy Butler, we haven't extended him yet. We're giving him this year to play out and see how he performs this year, making sure he stays healthy throughout the season and when he gets into the playoffs. So he's playing for that contract extension. So that is kind of like, almost in a sense of what's happening here, except it's not as public as what this whole situation is with Ayuk. So
yeah. But I believe it's going to get done. And like I said, I'm actually glad. I hope he does. He's going to stay with the 49ers. So I'm glad that's going to be the conclusion. And let's see if Purdy's going to cook with this offense again this year. He had a great year last year. Bring all his weapons back and see what y'all do. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna call the 49ers too much today, but but no, I am actually a fan. Actually, I'm a big fan of Christian McCaffrey. So so I'm cheering for them to get it done, get something done. But so that's one thing there as far as a contract talk. Now another thing that's kind of out there again, we're kind of shifting to preseason talk, but there's a little controversy this week from your hometown team. Your boy Tua Tagovailoa was kind of popping off this week. So we got let's see.
He got paid, all of a sudden he think he could just do whatever he wants.
Went to his head, bro. Like what does man think he is, bro?
In practical terms, between having a coach who did believe in you the way that he did, and the difference between that and what was happening with Flores.
Yeah. Well, to put it in simplest terms, if you woke up every morning and I told you you suck at what you did, that you don't belong doing what you do, that
is that happening right there in that conversation?
That this
that
guy
picture?
should be here,
right.
you haven't earned this
You
right.
suck.
And then you have somebody else come in and tell you, dude, you are the best fit for this. Like, you are accurate, you are the best whatever, you are this, you are that. Like, how would it make you feel listening to one or the other? You see what I'm saying? And then you hear it, regardless of what it is, the good or the bad. And you hear it more and more. You start to actually believe that. I don't care who you are. You could be the president of the United States. You have a terrible person that's telling you things that you
terrible
don't want to
person.
hear,
Dang,
that you probably shouldn't be hearing.
Chill, dude.
And so that's sort of like what ended up happening. And it was, it's basically been 2 years of training that out of not just me, but a couple of the guys as well that have been here since my rookie year all the way till now.
See, that's interesting right there. And this is your team. So what's your take on it?
So my thing is man, I gotta say, as a rookie quarterback, Tua has had the hardest. I guess I would say the most difficult time settling into this team. We had, after coming off of the Tannehill fiasco and all that stuff, and then him coming in trying to be the face of the team, and then you kind of had this revamp of like coaching. We went through like 3 different coaches, and then Flores came in, and we thought Flores was a guy, this and that, and you know, the way that he treated Tua, you felt it. As a fan, I felt that. And then there was times when Tua should have been on the field to you know, save us in a lot of these games, and he would pull them just because of the way Tua plays. And instead of working with this man, he's more of a like, you do it my way or you're in the highway type of thing. And it's just like you don't coach that type of way.
With Flores, just a little background real quick. You know, he's a part of the Belichick tree, right?
Yeah.
So, and what we're learning from the Belichick tree is that none of them dudes are good head coaches at all. Like, anyone that can, you can do your own research on that out there. But
a little back on that though. A little backstory on that. So the reason why this whole you're not good, this isn't your, like, you know, you shouldn't be here, is because this is the whole Tom Brady fiasco when he was going to leave Tampa Bay and come play for the Dolphins.
For Miami. Yeah.
That is when
stake in ownership. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what he was going to coach. He was going to coach Tom Brady. So that's why he was pushing for this whole, Tua, you're bad, Tua's this. That is why. And that to me is a little, it's a snake, man. I don't like that.
I mean, well, you got some personal feeling. It's personal for you, so I get it, right? Yeah. But I'm trying to take a macro view at this. Like, I understand Brian Flores. Hey, Brady had a couple more years left in the tank, got a Super Bowl, you know, after that, you know what I mean, with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I understand. Flores at that moment. Now, I'm talking about Tua what's his current coach? McDaniels? Pre-McDaniels. Yes. You want that version of Tua or Tom Brady that had 3 years left in the tank? They gave you a Super Bowl. We're all going to take Brady, right?
Yeah, we're taking Brady. We're 100% taking Brady. No, and 100%. But here's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
As great as that is, and if we would have got a Brady with the team of, you know, Tariq and so on and so forth, we could have been the next Tampa Bay team to go all the way in Miami, you know, to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they would have got one. They would have got one.
But then it's the longevity of that. Whereas you have a guy who has potential to obviously not be Brady, because nobody can really be Brady, but to be a face of your franchise as the quarterback, and instead of working with him, and even if it doesn't work, if it didn't work out and Brady did come, that would have been a better transition than just shaming a guy, potentially injuring his career by saying, "Oh, you're just bad. You're just bad." Like that is what I'm viewing on.
And that did stand out to me with Tua. And like I said, I know Tua's your guy. I know, you know, but it's like with Tua, I did pick up on that clip because I only watched like a few segments of that, and it's my first time watching the full. And when he said, "Yo, it affected other guys," that was on this team with me, I was like, "Dang!" I was like, "Okay, Flores was kind of tripping." And like I kind of see he kind of put all his eggs on, okay, Brady's coming, right, and that wasn't a good play.
Right. And there's a lot of people that would say that's why a lot of, at that time when Flores was coaching us, they asked for trades. They left. Like we couldn't really re-sign any. We had one of the best defensive, you know, big men, and he just decided, nah, you know, I'm out. Like I'm getting out of here. You know.
That was which guy was that? That was which defensive guy you talking about?
I want to say Wilkins, because I know Wilkins left.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
He was there at least for his one season. He was there with Flores.
Gotcha.
But there was a couple other players as well.
To be fair to Flores, great defensive mind. I think his problem, and you can refresh my memory on this or whatever, but I think his problem was he probably didn't nail the offensive coordinator during his tenure, because he's not offensive at all.
Right. No, that's 100% true. Like and then the thing is that when you're new at something like that, you never want to be at odds with your players who are supposed to be listening to you or at least running your scheme. Your you know, as coach mindset here. like you want to be on good terms with your players, because now when you start throwing these accusations to the player who's supposed to be running your offense, like it's never going to work. And Tua had to actually prove himself against Brian, and they chose Tua over Brian, as you see, and here we are now.
Yeah, and the rest is kind of, the history is still being written. I can't say the rest is history. We're still in the middle. But we're going to see what he got. He got probably the best player, arguably, in the NFL on his team, Tyreek Hill. So that would definitely help. A great running attack. Now, Brian Flores, we try to be fair over here with Night Views. Brian Flores did respond. Now, I didn't hear this clip yet, so let's just kind of hear what he says here.
To the comments that were made by Tua, I just want to say, look, I'm happy, genuinely happy for the success that Tua's had.
No, you ain't.
And I really wish him nothing but the best. I think player relationships are very important to me.
Want to say sorry?
I think that's kind of the foundation.
But no, he didn't say sorry.
Got into coaching.
Are you going to say sorry?
I was impacted as a young guy by my high school coaches, my college coaches, by going all the way to Pop Warner. I got into coaching because I want to make that same kind of impact, positive impact, pour it into young people, help them become, as K.O. says all the time, the best versions of themselves. And that's really my goal always in coaching. So I wish nothing but the best to Tua. Really, more than anything, I'm just focused on the Vikings in 2024.
Come on, man. That man's Spin Central. So, somebody put the DJ board on that, man.
My take on that, right? Because again, that's my first time. You shared that link with me earlier. I didn't watch it till now. And with Flores, like I said, I'm a fan of his defensive scheme. I think the Vikings, though they're in my division, NFC North, they ain't gonna be no problems this year. But what I'm saying is that he has a great scheme defensively, and I think that's where he belongs as a defensive coordinator. He's not a head coach material with that. But if a young man comes out, Tua's like you never saw Tua talk this much. As far as me outside of your local area, right? Like me looking in, I'm like, okay, Tua kind of bared his soul there, saying, "Yo, this dude tore down my confidence." And a few of my other teammates that's been here with me.
Right.
Now it's night and day with McDaniels. That was Tua's whole point. Flores, I think he's kind of set in his ways, and he should have been like, yo, if I impacted Tua negatively at all, I do apologize to that young man. He's doing great. You know what I'm saying? They're doing better with him than what I could have done. Just own it. Just own it. They're doing better with him. And leave it at that, bro. Don't try to be like, this how I learned in high school. No, you're way out. It's kind of confirming because you got fired. Go ahead. Yeah.
It's kind of confirming what Tua said. And here's the thing. And I know I'm biased. Whatever. This is my guy.
Totally.
But but the thing is with Tua, if you actually seen interviews with him in the past or how he just talks to people. He's from Hawaii, bro. He's very down to earth. He's a different type of. For him to say something like this and then on an interview type of platform, that means it affected him really badly. That he had to really express this out there. I mean, when he was asked, obviously, it's not like he's going around just saying,
volunteer.
Yeah, exactly. But he's an honest person, and so for him to come out and say that, it's like. And then you have Flores coming out and not even acknowledging what was said to that, just kind of going around it. It's the spin cycle.
Yeah,
got to go with it.
Exactly. So I mean, like I said, he's gonna dig his heels in there, and at least he did say he wished Tua the best. I just me personally, and everyone approaches these things differently, but I would have been like, yo, hey, they're doing a better job. I'm a defensive guy. I don't know if he thinks he's gonna be a head coach again one day. I don't think so. Just own it, bro. Hey, I know defense. Yeah. I'm not a quarterback coach, and I would have left it at that. You know what I mean? But that is what it is. Dolphins this year, people are still saying, hey, AFC is the Chiefs, and then everyone else under them. The Chiefs was really close to getting got last year. People just forget that.
Yeah.
It's closer than people think. I think it's a point I'm trying to make with the Dolphins, Chiefs. You want to throw the Bengals in there. I would say
Bengals,
Ravens,
man.
but yeah, healthy. Well, Burrow has to be. I think I'll just put it like this: AFC outside the Chiefs, because Mahomes he has proven it.
Yeah.
Outside of him, a healthy Burrow, because Joe Burrow he beat Kansas City in the playoffs, so I'm gonna give him that credit. And they had Tyreek Hill the year he beat him. So I'm just saying they keep the Bengals are for real when Burrow is healthy. Outside of that, it's kind of like who else is going to challenge? People thought it was the Bills, but then Burrow kind of leapfrog. In my opinion, I see too much Josh Allen love. Like this dude undid something. Like I don't know what are they watching?
We on the show together, so go ahead.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, like I'm trying to understand. Like I'm kind of looking at Josh Allen, like we look at Jason Tatum.
Let's go. That's what I was gonna
I'm like,
say.
is this dude? I'm like, did this dude get an MVP? No, okay. Has he had any significant playoff win in the last like 4 years? So how are we? I understand Joe Burrow. He went through Mahomes and got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
and that's why, as much as I love Lamar Jackson, I can't put him on Mahomes' level because he didn't. I can't put him on Burrow's level. That's probably controversial, but because Lamar Jackson, he hasn't got it done yet. You know what I mean? But he's done more than Josh Allen. So but go ahead. What's your thought? Again, we're talking about next up in the AFC is Chiefs. I think Bengals when Burrow's healthy. And Dolphins is part of that third team, but I got them and Ravens right there knocking on the door because they got to prove it in the playoffs, Carlos, is my point.
So obviously the big story is, and I kind of I'll go through the Dolphins now, is playing in the cold. We can't play in the cold weather. But what many forget to realize is our health. Our health is never there like when we need it the most. We're always playing with an injured team. If we stay healthy this year, we actually have picked up offensively. We have picked up some weapons, especially with Odell, because he had a big year with the Ravens last year. We have Craycraft, which is the rookie we picked up this year. He's been balling. I know it's preseason, but he's been balling during preseason. That connection with Tua is there. Then we have Phillips on defense, who's come back, who was about to break record last year. He was about to have a great rookie year last year until he got that Achilles injury. And so like our defense is there. It's just a matter of getting over that hump in the winter. And I switch over because we all know the team to beat right now, whether it's AFC, NFC, whatever, the team to beat right now is the Chiefs. I mean, as much as we're tired of Taylor Swift, as we're tired of all this, you got to give the champs, their love. They
give them their due,
yeah. So we got to go through them. But in order to get there, I can see, obviously, again, it could be a biased take on my point, but I can see us outplaying Baltimore if they don't stay healthy. I mean, they have Flowers, which has been a great pickup for them, but now we're having King Henry himself out there. Now it's becoming they're gonna make it work, but now you're underutilizing Lamar Jackson with running the ball now, because why would you want Lamar Jackson running the ball when you have a King Henry who can run through any team? So it's a matter of meshing that up to do that. I honestly think it's a lot even keel, kind of like how you're saying, than what a lot of people are putting out there. And the Bills, after losing Diggs, you guys are nowhere near. You need to figure out what you're doing with Josh Allen first before you could even.
Y'all better worry about the Jets. I mean, I'm saying just in your own division.
Right.
I'm not even saying the Jets are even that good, but what I'm saying is that if I'm saying right now, and probably next week we'll kind of go through our kind of broadcast of the conferences, but since we're talking about AFC, I mean, it starts with the Chiefs because they're defending champs. You know, they brought back everyone. So, yeah, and I think they're going to be better than they were last year. You know, and I think other teams got better too. You know what I'm saying? So I say it's the Chiefs. As far as AFC, Chiefs, Bengals, just because Joe Burrow, if he's healthy, I see he can, you know, he can be at least that number 2 seed.
Yeah.
Next up, that's why I say Ravens and Dolphins. Now, this shouldn't even be a question that I ask you because I know what you're going to pick. But what I'm saying is that which one of the teams kind of break through? Because it's almost like the divisional round, like it's got to be some kind of upset. One of these teams got to break through, either the Chiefs or the Bengals. Most likely between the Ravens and Dolphins. I will pick the Ravens right now because of adding Derrick Henry. You got a new wrinkle. And I say, actually, you want Lamar Jackson to run less, actually. You don't want Lamar Jackson to be that big of the run, in my opinion.
Right.
Can he get it done with his arm? He hasn't proved it yet in the playoffs.
Right.
But I think the same question is with your guy, with Tua. Like, I think that's gonna be the. I'm gonna keep that rhetorical because this is gonna be very biased for you right now.
Yeah. No, but that's been a topic.
That's my point.
That's been a topic that's been, I mean, in all, you know, sports talk around the world with Tua, and it's always questioning his arm. But I mean, from what I see is just by last year alone, Reek isn't getting all those yards down the field to break records without Tua throwing to him. So it's like, you know, so I mean, but he definitely needs to prove it when the time is right, when the game is on, like in the cold weather, which is later in the season when we're in that playoff mode. That's when he needs to show that, not during, you know, early in the season when every game is important, but those games aren't gonna dictate you in the playoffs. You know,
because it's my thing. Because like I watched that Chiefs Dolphins game. It was on Peacock. Make sure you got your Peacock account coming playoffs this year. They're gonna have a couple games actually, which is we're gonna be covering that. But that cold game, the Chiefs they revamped their defense right in front of our eyes the last 2 years.
Yeah,
which is amazing, you know. And they did that because they let Tyreek Hill go. But you believe in Patrick Mahomes that, hey, we can give Patrick Mahomes, keep Kelsey out there, and to like put me and Carlos out there, and then Mahomes will probably win still. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so that's kind of what Mahomes has been doing. Yeah. So this year coming up, going back to the playoffs, that was a very ugly game. Yes. Chiefs and Dolphins. It was cold. It was defensive. I didn't look into this as much on part that you did, but the Dolphins, their defensive front, I thought was above average. But have they did anything to improve that in your eyes? Because I didn't look at any personnel changes.
On like the line wise, I mean,
I think their secondary is gonna be decent, but
yeah. I mean, we lost our main star in Wilkins, but we're getting back a lot of players. I mean, we lost Van Dyke. We lost a couple people, but we have been making strides that they're not big names. It's more like the role players, I guess, if you want to talk about it in basketball terms, that can make.
Was there any draft picks that's standing out, or defensively in anything that you
defensive wise?
No,
okay. just getting Ramsey healthy under a full off season. I think that's huge for us. Again, getting Phillips back, some of the other pieces that we had, they were just injured. We're finally able to see the true defense out there, you know? So
that's going to be interesting to see because I think that's, that can help Tua. That's my thing. I mean, Tua, you and we'll talk about a few teams. We're going to go through the preseason roundup as far as what's being said about different teams. But Tua, you're not in a bad position with your quarterback because you could have Daniel Jones right now, right? You could be feeling like the Giants fans. Like hopefully my homie Jules don't see this. Oh, I'm just saying, but it's like,
thank God.
You could be in that. So it's like Tua is at least
we were in that. So we were in that.
Oh yeah, and with Tua, he at least was being considered for MVP votes for the season he's had.
Yes.
Him, Purdy, Dak, all them guys had a pretty good year last year. So Tua isn't a handful of quarterbacks that can put up the numbers. And then you got like Daniel Jones and people like that. So you are in a better position than these trash quarterbacks out there.
Yeah.
But it's going to come down to, I would say right now, just before we go, because next week we'll probably go through our like predictions and stuff. But
Right.
I think the Dolphins definitely got to win their division. I think you should be better than the Bills and the Jets. Should be some good games in that division though. But they gotta be like, we gotta get like one of the top 2 seeds. Like I think with the Dolphins, I think that's the only way. And that's showing that you're playing good ball too, though. Like, so you're talking about 11, 12 wins, right? 13, depending on just outside. That's just what I'm just forecasting without really looking at everything for the Dolphins. So.
No, yeah, 100%. I agree. I feel like we have to show that we want it. We have to go out there and play. No excuses. No, it's too cold or I'm wearing the wrong size underwear. No, I'm out here to play football and we need to win. And that's what. No more excuses, man. We're at a point where even Tua said it. He's like, "Yo, they paid me. I got to go out there and produce." There's no losing happening. So.
Exactly, man. So yeah, that's gonna be really interesting to see how that. Because like I said, they're in a really good division. Like I mean, and I say what I said about Josh Allen, but any given Sunday he can beat you. Josh Allen can beat
by himself.
Any team. Yeah. So you don't want to catch him, but I think in the playoffs you could neutralize him. But regular season, he's very talented. Josh Allen is very talented. But so we'll see with that now. Before we get to we're going to get to the preseason talk now. Is again some standouts from the past couple weeks. You have some of the starters out there, some of the rookies throwing the ball out there as well too. We'll talk about them, but a little highlight that's going to probably trigger anyone that's not a Chiefs fan.
The preseason right here.
Here it is once again. There you go.
You see, look, man. I got no issues with this. Like I thought if I was watching it because I was watching it live, I'm like, yo, this is cool. That was cool. It's the statement that I'm not gonna be mean. I was gonna call him Kermit the Frog, but I ain't gonna call him. That Mahomes said that he's like, oh, I was mad at him, so that's why I threw it because he ran the play. Man, if you don't get out of here,
I like that. Hey, right now with Mahomes. He can say whatever the F he wants right now. I'm just saying. He went back-to-back Super Bowl. Hey, he can throw behind the back. He has all the instincts. He has the cannon arm. He has accuracy. He's mobile when he needs to. I mean, he is, Tom Brady just had a recent interview with Stephen A. Smith. And Tom Brady was like, you got to admit, Mahomes is the guy, right? This is his generation right now. Yep. And – to beat a man, you got to beat Mahomes. Now, Brady is the ultimate. Brady's the GOAT, but he's the ultimate competitor as well too. He knows, like, oh yeah, I beat him before I retired. Y'all know that, right? like Brady put.
He's winning because I'm not here now. That's what he said.
He put Mahomes out, then he beat him in the Super Bowl 2 years later. So I'm just saying Brady's the GOAT. I mean, what I'm saying? It just I just don't like Brady fans. Like y'all are weird out there. But Brady is amazing. Brady. And that's coming from I was in Indianapolis during the Peyton Manning run. Yeah. And Brady beat us every year and we finally broke. But I respect greatness. And if Brady is all on board with Mahomes, I think we all should be until if Burrow's healthy, or if your boy's ready, if Tua's ready, then we'll see, we'll see what happens. So let's pull up this here. This is the main crux of the conversation today. We got some standouts for the NFL preseason. Now, this is talking about week 2 takeaways. We're going to kind of talk about previous weeks if it lines up as well. But they kind of have a handful of teams. Want to get Carlos' thoughts on some of this. Now, the Broncos, a lot of people made a lot about Sean Payton taking over the Broncos last year. They ended up having one of the worst defensive years ever. I think your boys put 70 on them or something. It was kind of crazy last year with the Broncos.
Broke record. Thank you, Broncos.
So it's But and then also too, Sean Payton, a lot was made about how he handled Russell Wilson. But we'll talk about the Steelers in a moment. But I think we're understanding why Sean Payton handled Russell Wilson like he did last year.
Yeah.
Because like he, hands on, I think he sees better than we do. Sean Payton, no disrespect to him, he's a Super Bowl winning coach. He had the great Drew Brees with the Saints, so he knows how to get a system there. They're saying, Carlos, he may have his next guy, Bo Nix. I think he's with the Oregon team. I think in college.
Yes,
he's like the oldest quarterback ever to ever come out of college. He's probably like 28 years old. But according to what they're saying with some of the highlights, as a rookie, that he was very sharp. He's accurate. He knows he's comfortable in Sean Payton's system. Now, again, we're not getting all into predictions and everything. We're just saying the fit of the team. Have you seen any flashes with the Broncos? Bo Nix, what number was he? Was a 12th pick in the draft.
Yeah.
People thought that was a little bit too high, but quarterbacks are at a premium. I guess, do you think Sean Payton's going to figure this out, Carlos, with the Broncos? I think they're still very early in development stages, but what do you think?
So with Sean Payton, what I've learned these last couple of years with him, he's a type of coach who likes to mold their players. And with this quarterback, Bo Nix, you can see that he's molding him into the way he wants, where he couldn't do that with an established
exactly.
Russell over here. But with Bo Nix, like even the way he's running out there and he threw a nice little touchdown on the move, like he's filling in, and I can see Payton execute his plan for the offense a lot better. Like you could see that they're finally just taking it in. There isn't that back and forth struggle. So I can see it working, man. I really do.
Right. Like I said, the next coming week or two, we'll kind of pull up the divisions and talk more in depth with that. But you think of the Broncos division, that's with the Chiefs, and the Raiders, the Chargers. That's gonna be an interesting team. So I don't think the Broncos are ready for prime time. They got rid of a lot of their defensive players.
Yeah.
Bo Nix, this is a good start, and this is a team where it's like, can they catch you slipping? And I think Sean Payton, like, let's wipe out last year. Last year, you were kind of bottoming out. You didn't have your quarterback. Now you apparently have your handpicked quarterback. I think he can, catch a few teams slipping. I think that's their ceiling. Is catch a team slipping.
Yeah, I mean, last year he kind of seemed like, not that he didn't want to coach, but he was kind of like unsure of his coaching statures on what he was trying to do last year. And this year he seems a lot more sure of his scheme, of what he wants to do. So, they'll be all right for the future.
Yeah. So that's one team. Was the AFC West? I think it's West. I forget some of these divisions, but they're also over there with the Vegas Raiders. Now, last year with the Raiders, first off, I love that story with Antonio Pierce last year, former player, hard-nosed coach, and he galvanized the team. They were very competitive, and a lot of people don't realize they really didn't have a quarterback at all. Aiden O'Connell was terrible.
Horrible.
So they go out, they get Gardner Minshew the second from my second team, my Indianapolis Colts. Because homeboy's coming back, so they're okay. Gardner Minshew, you over here, get your money. Raiders are a scrappy team. I think they match up really well with the Chiefs. Like they just know the Chiefs as well in that division, so they're going to probably steal one from them like every year. Gardner Minshew, scrappy defense. Devontae Adams, number one top. Something still doesn't mix right with me, though. Carlos, with the Raiders, like, I guess the best way we can kind of look at some of these teams, like, did they make enough improvement? Did we see enough? I don't know if we see enough. Minshew is an upgrade as a quarterback because you're going to have a chance to be in every game, but I just don't think they have enough.
Yeah, it's more like they're it's taking a step in the right direction. You have someone now you can build around. Now you have an established quarterback. When he's healthy, because he balled out for the Colts. He did when he was healthy, and now it's a new. It's like I said, it's that step in the right direction. Devontae Adams actually has someone who can accurately throw him the ball now. That isn't, it's not like you're putting everything in one throw,
Yeah,
But
that's how it was last year, though. Like some of those games, we're just like Devontae, you're gonna get like one good target, maybe two, the whole game. This is Devontae. This is top 5 receiver. He still has it. I mean, he ain't lose nothing.
Right.
So, and you got to get him the ball. Minshew will get him the ball. And I think, again, that's what's going to be keeping them in a lot of games. But I still don't think they're ready for prime time. I still don't think the Vegas Raiders,
Right. I mean, what's going to happen is it's going to be like how when Tariq first came over to the Dolphins, where every starting play was Tua throwing to Tariq if he was open. If he was one-on-one coverage, we're throwing to our guy. And that's how that was. And now you actually have a quarterback on the Raiders side to be able to do that, so
I didn't look at their draft, but hopefully they drafted a quarterback. Maybe they will next year, just for the future. Because Minshew, he's a good stopgap guy. He'll give you a good year or two. Like I said with the coach, Anthony Richardson got hurt rookie last year. He's like Cam Newton 2.0, Anthony Richardson, and he gets hurt. Minshew is perfect for, almost got us to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So that's how good he can be. You just got to have that team around him, and we'll see. We'll see what the Vegas Raiders do. But I'm gonna be watching a lot of these teams too. Like I'm really looking forward to this NFL season.
It's a lot of noise happening.
The red zone, gotta catch all this stuff. But Pittsburgh Steelers. So we're gonna jump over here. According to what they're saying, it's been really bad in preseason.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson now. Okay, first off, they get Russell Wilson just for $1 million, which is
bag of chips.
Yeah, is that what I'm saying? That's like that famous phrase. Like, so you got him for nothing. $1 million. It's like a tax write-off or whatever they do with that. And then you get Justin Fields for even less. Like, what's less than a bag of chips? Like, that's how much
the gum wrapper.
So they go. So it was like presumptive when everyone's saying, "Okay, Russell Wilson's the veteran." Get him over there with Mike Tomlin, Arthur Blank, I believe, is the offensive coordinator over there, who was a former Falcons coach, who knows how to build a running offense at least. You figure Russell Wilson had enough in the tank to be like, "Hey, the Steelers could be competitive. They know how to. Their defense is still there. You still got T.J. Watt, top 3 defender in the league. Him." Myles Garrett, Nick Bosa. I don't count any Cowboys in top 3 in anything. Somebody was talking about Michael Parsons. Like, that was my 3 right there. And then, I don't know like Cowboys, right? So the Steelers defense will be there. That's what's going to keep them competitive with the Ravens and Bengals in their division. They're always going to be competitive with them. And Browns, we'll throw the Browns in there. Yeah. Quarterback seems to be a problem. Now, did you see any footage of these two quarterbacks? I got to say, Russell Wilson, he has the case of like, I'm not sure about this window. That's how Ben Roethlisberger looked about 3 or 4 years ago. That's what Russell Wilson looked. And then Justin Fields can't even feel a snap. Like, he's dropping snaps and stuff. Who would you pick between the two? If you saw any of their – who would you pick?
To be real, I mean, I feel like the unknown is what's hurting these two quarterbacks of like, I'm trying to prove myself so much because I really want to start. I don't want to come off the bench. And I mean, honestly, just as a standpoint of like how I saw this team put together, I was like, damn, like actually, I think this is great for them. I will put Russell coming off the, as a second string and start Justin Fields.
Start Fields.
Yeah. So to have Russell be in his ear telling him, yo, look, I am the veteran. I've seen this game. Listen to me and I can get you to the promised land, which is what Fields needs. Because if Fields gets the proper coaching and the right team put around him, Fields could explode. I mean, you out of everyone could Fields when he's feeling it can be a monster. Look.
I say what Fields, and I covered this on my my Bears Hard Knock video. I said it on my video. I said, yo, like I was in favor of let's build around Fields. Like he showed flashes last 2 years, and they were building this receiving core. But you got a chance of like the next generation of Michael Jordan, man. Sorry, Fields, like we gotta take Michael Jordan over you, bro. Like you're like 100%. You're like Reggie Theus out here. You know what I'm saying? Like get on out of here. That's a deep cut for Bulls fans. But Justin Fields, I hear what you're saying, okay, let Fields start. I still say you got Russell Wilson there. Depending on their schedule, and we'll look at their schedule and stuff coming up this the next couple of weeks. But
yeah, I
say start with Russell, and then if you end up like
losing 2, 3,
1 and 2, 1 and 3, then just go ahead and be like, okay, it's Fields' team. Give Russell Wilson 4 weeks, and whatever their bye week is. And again, we'll pull that up in the future. But I just think like, and according to what they're saying in this article, Coach Mike Tomlin, he favors Russell Wilson. He's more of a veteran type of guy. That's how Tomlin is, and the defense is going to be there. Russell Wilson, he's going to be more careful with the ball. That gets him in trouble, too. He gets sacked because of that. But he doesn't want to throw it away. Justin Fields, he'll just be like, it's all instinct. It's all instinct with him. So that's just what I propose, Carlos. Like, start with Russell Wilson. But if you end up 1 and 3, then, it's over. Your career is over, Russell Wilson, at that point.
Yeah. No, 100%. I feel. I mean, either way, starting off, I mean, you can't really go wrong with either. It's just it is depending on how Mike Tomlin wants to coach this team.
I think I will say they got a better quarterback room than they did last year. I'll give them that. I even forgot the guy, Mason Rudolph, and what's that other bum? They had terrible quarterbacks last year. I forget his name. Some Steelers fans like, his name. I forgot his name. He's that bad. Whoever it was last year, they sent him to the Seahawks, and he played terrible there. I forget his name. But the point is, they did upgrade the court because at least Justin Fields is going to at least be exciting, even if you're losing.
Oh yeah,
that's why I've learned the last 2 years with the Bears. Like, Fields is gonna run around and do stuff. We're still losing, but it's like, you saw what he did.
Run around.
He's gonna run around and we're gonna lose. But it's like we go, that's y'all problem now, okay, Pittsburgh. That's y'all problem. But
Jesus. You said that. You know what it reminds you? Remember when you used to play Madden and you used to just throw the ball back, you just run all the way around the end zone and then don't score? That's what popped in my head when you said that about Fields.
I'm just saying, bro. That's what he does. Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett. That was the guy. Okay. Kenny Pick 6. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. Pickett. Yes.
Yeah. She's trash, right? So you did upgrade Russell Wilson, Justin Fields. You have a chance to be in games, I think, with Justin Fields. Russell Wilson doesn't want to make that mistake to beat you. Like I said, if y'all losing games early, hook him out of there. His career is going to be over. When you pull Russell Wilson at this point, it's going to be over, for him. And I think Mike Tomlin's going to give him a chance. He's going to give Russell Wilson one last dance to do something with that, right? So moving on again, we're talking about preseason storyline so far, and I got a chance to watch a handful of these games, and we're talking about what we're expecting for this year. Full breakdowns coming leading up to the beginning of the season, Labor Day week. So we got a couple weeks before we do that. But Dallas Cowboys, I don't know why they're on this list here. Let's see.
Yeah,
They're talking about
I was
Trey
confused
Lance,
for a second. I read this and I'm like, is Trey Lance? Are they
Yeah.
thinking about starting him over Dak? What's going on right now?
Nah, we're just gonna skip the Cowboys. I'm gonna be honest, like because really the Cowboys. This is the thing with the Cowboys, okay? Like for as long as I've been alive, they've been chasing another Super Bowl. Like probably both of us, like probably a lot of our viewers.
What's crazy is so you mentioned earlier about Josh Allen, about they're preaching that he's the guy, but he hasn't won anything yet. And this is what I feel about Dallas. Like, what have they done to get all this coverage and like, oh, they're America's favorite team. Like, what? It ain't my favorite team. I'll tell you that much.
America. South America's favorite team. Shout out to South America. Shout out to South America. But it's like, no, this ain't North America's favorite team. I'm just saying.
South America? What is going on?
Shout out to South America. Much love soccer. They watch my podcast channel. Shout out to South America. But it's like, nah, Cowboys ain't it. But it's a sideshow. This is a clown show. The Cowboys, like, this is why I said like the fans.
Oh, they're like your Lakers. Is that what you're saying?
No, hold on now. But it's like with the Cowboys. When I say I hate the fans of some of these fans, like Tom Brady fans, and then you got Cowboys fans. They thinking like there's a Super Bowl run every year. You got the brakes beat off of you by Jordan Love, his first year starting in the playoffs. So the Cowboys can't talk about nothing about we up next and all this. No. Right now, let's see. Dak is up for another contract. He wants $60 million. I wouldn't pay Dak either, Jerry Jones. But how did you let it get to this point that you got to pay Dak? He's got $60 million. That's crazy. CeeDee Lamb, he wants $30+ million a year. He says if Brandon Ayuk's getting 28 to 30, I want 32. CeeDee Lamb, I don't know what y'all gonna do with that. Michael Parsons.
Look, the fact that he's willing to pay Dak first before CeeDee Lamb is abysmal to me, because CeeDee Lamb is that guy on that team right now. As the only guy who's making anything for y'all, who's actually making noise. At least in my standpoint.
No, for sure. Like, I mean, I'm just saying right now with the structure of this team, he allowed himself to get into this, into this situation.
Yeah.
But CeeDee Lamb, like the high number, like Tyreek Hill gets 30 a year, right? Yeah. Rightfully so. Justin Jefferson, receiver of the Vikings, just re-upped, getting 35 a year. Right? So the point is you're getting under 30. You're not making more than Tyreek Hill, CeeDee Lamb.
Not
so
at all.
You and Brandon Ayuk, and low key, Brandon Ayuk may be better than CeeDee Lamb. I'm
more effective. Yeah. More
CeeDee
effective.
Lamb has like a better like measurables. He actually does. I don't want to hate him too much here. Like CeeDee Lamb can be that dude.
Yeah.
Than Brandon Ayuk. But my point, you let it get to this point, Jerry Jones. Like, this is a clown organization. The Cowboys, y'all are regulated as a sideshow. I'm just saying, every year you're regulated as a sideshow. And then Micah Parsons, he's going to want his contract now. Now, I'm going to be honest. If I'm the Cowboys, I ain't paying Micah Parsons. No, like, what is he asking for? I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying, like, what is that gonna get me a chance at the Super Bowl? I'm gonna look this up. But who has the highest defensive contract for the NFL right now? It's probably TJ. It's Nick Bosa. Okay, so Nick Bosa. He's getting $34 million a year. So Parsons is gonna want 35. Now Bosa's worth that $34 million a year.
Yeah.
Bosa, you got double and triple that man every time, right? So are you saying I'm just I'm just throwing it to you, call like Bosa or Parsons? I'm just saying.
We already know I'm gonna say Bosa, but but I'm about to say something that is gonna make a lot of Dallas fans upset. It is time to revamp this team. Every team, it goes through its ups and downs. It's time. You're at your low. I've never seen a quarterback more scrutinized than Dak, rightfully so. But like, it's just like he ain't that guy for you. But yet, some way, somehow, he survives every season on this team. And it's just like, it's time for y'all to just move on and start from the bottom. And just, if you have to tank to get a quarterback in the first round, do it. Just restart this whole team because, yeah, it ain't happening.
This team is presently constructed, is what you're saying. It's not Super Bowl level.
No.
They can't get past the divisional round. Dak has showed, again, with the team constructed, I think if Dak, because this is how I want to say this. If you put Dak on the 49ers with Trent Williams on his offensive line, Dak could do exactly what Purdy's been doing, probably better.
Yeah.
Right? As far as just pure talent, Dak has a better arm than Purdy. And that's decision-making. We don't, that's one thing. You can get him rattled. Purdy's a pretty calm, collected dude. He just, if I ain't got it, I just ain't got it. That's what Purdy. But Dak has more physical talents than
and he runs better.
Purdy.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Dak, I think, like you said, they've ran out of real estate with this team as constructed. I agree with you. Blow it up. And I'll go a step further. Definitely let everybody ride out their contract this year.
Yep.
Let everybody go. Draft Shadur Sanders next year in the NFL draft from Colorado. Deion Sanders' boy. That'll be a new quarterback in Dallas. And get Deion Sanders to come over there and coach the Cowboys.
100%.
I'm just saying.
That's like a writing on the wall, man. That would be beautiful. Yeah.
Revamp all this. Like the team as constructed. Y'all, I still say the Eagles are always a step over y'all every year.
Yeah.
You want to get 10, 11 wins. Oh, yeah, exactly. They're definitely going to be better this year. You Cowboys, y'all been, content getting 10 and 11 wins a year, second round knockout every year, or first round, depending on if you play the 49ers early enough.
Right.
Then you lose to them every time.
That's the thing. It's like they somehow, some way, they make it like far in the season, but when they get to the end, they're so hurt because they're forcing themselves in there with the talent that they have around them that you're just like, what's the point? You're better off just redoing the whole thing,
you just gotta know when to blow it up. You gotta know, and I don't think Trey Lance is the answer either. Like I said, draft Shadur Sanders, or we're gonna here on Night Views. We're gonna be covering some of the college ball as well. I think next week they start college ball. So we're gonna have some of I'll have a list of the top players and who to look out for this next season. There's gonna be a handful of quarterbacks. Cowboys, like Jerry Jones, like you need to think about the future here, man, or the future of your son running the team. And Jerry Jones, ain't gonna be doing that for too much longer, at the way this is going. But Cowboys. I spent too much time than I wanted to. I didn't want to talk about the Cowboys, but let's get to your boys, the Dolphins. Again, preseason standouts. It's all about Achane coming back. But hey, it's your team, so I ain't gonna break this down. What have you been noticing, Carlos, with your Dolphins preseason?
So honestly, first of all, I know we touched a lot on Tua. Tua lost an amounts of weight. He just looks different out there, man. He looks comfortable. He's moving freely in the pocket. His first drive on the a play of preseason. And it wasn't actually a drive. Like, he had a fight to get to the end zone. Whether it was, he was being collapsed on, the defense was about to go sack him. He made a quick move, let it go, got a couple yardage, and then a nice pass to the touchdown. And then Tua side, he's looking very healthy. He's looking good. But now with Achane, oh man, Mostert broke record last year. I think Achane's got his number.
Can I throw out there, y'all season changed when Achane got hurt?
Yes.
For the worst, probably, right? I
yes.
So most are still there, right?
Yeah, both of them. We got both.
Okay. So you got Achane, which people say, as far as like a just pure skill, he's probably your best back, actually. Mostert, did his thing. Mostert is like, he came from the school of the 49ers running game, so he knows just go
That's
north.
McDaniel's guy.
Don't play around and dance. Like most of us, like I'm hitting the hole. I'm going this way. Achane will give you a little dance with it, but I think is going to that tandem is very important.
It reminds
me for Tua.
It reminds me of, I don't know if you ever got to see him play, but Ronnie Brown and Ricky Williams when they were on the Dolphins together.
Yeah, that Wildcat. I remember that.
It's that same feel, man. But I can. They actually have Achane out there as a receiver sometimes to go catch, which that's huge. That's huge for him because you're letting him be out there more to explore in open areas. Like that is crazy.
Running backs like that. That's why it's like I always compare a running back that's like can be in receiving and do everything. Yeah. I always think of Marshall Faulk, right? The great Marshall Faulk.
Yep.
And that's why I like Christian McCaffrey so much because like he's literally, if you never seen Marshall Faulk play out there, like just watch Christian McCaffrey. He's doing literally everything Marshall Faulk did. His run with the Rams back in the day, but Achane is built like that.
Yeah,
I think he has that type of skill because like on this offense, it was a time in the middle of last season where it was like the Dolphins was like the best team in the AFC at least.
Yeah,
they were rolling, and then you had the Ravens
fighting for that
there.
1 and 2 spot.
Yeah, Chiefs was struggling middle of the year. Dolphins in there setting records, killing the Broncos and everyone, right? So I just look at when Achane went down, it was like really early in the season after having a couple good weeks.
Yep.
That changed things. So it's like I don't know if they drafted another back just to have some depth there.
Yeah, his name escapes me. But so what we got was a receiver, but this receiver can actually play running back. So they McDaniels has been running some plays for him to actually, how you get the guy in motion, he's coming in and you throw it and he goes and he runs it out. So he's been doing a lot of that, which is it's good because you're getting that strain off of Achane and Mostert a lot. Exactly. So you can kind of throw some different people in there. So yeah.
Yeah, real quick, shout out to Israel. This is the 49ers insider in our sports chat. Israel, man. Contract details for Brandon Ayuk. So shout out to Israel in the chat. I think we got the 49ers coming up still, Israel. So hang tight. We'll cover your team. I'm pretty sure the preseason lookout. But with the Dolphins, if they have another weapon there, again, and injury is part of the game. So you can't. There's no way you can fully prepare for that. But Achane, Mostert, and if you have this third guy who can play more receiver, dynamic offense.
I just looked it up. He's a tight end actually, who's playing also that running that fullback position. So who I'm thinking of receiver wise is Craycraft, who's the rookie we picked up, which him and Tua have been having that connection nonstop. So
it's about offense, I think, for the Dolphins. I mean, I know you're hopeful for their defense.
Yeah.
We'll see, but it's about the offensive side of the ball. Tua being efficient, good coaching. You got the best player, arguably, in the NFL, Tyreek Hill.
Yes,
as soon as he touches the ball, he can take it to the house. We've seen it. We've seen it too many times at this point. And Waddle,
that's another one.
Number one. He could be a number one on a lot of these teams out here. So,
and Odell.
And you got Odell, who plays real spot. Like if you saw how the Ravens used him, it's very spotty how they used him, like situational. That's what Odell is right now because he just too much ACL damage and things like that.
Right.
He can't do this every single week. But you get someone like him, and it's like a third down that you got to have it. I would love to have a guy like Odell because he's still a great route runner. He's still got some of the best hands in the league. Like just watch. I don't know if you watched enough tape of him yet. Just watch how he catches the ball. This man, his hands are top level. It just his raw physical ability has been robbed because of his injuries. Unfortunately, because people thought he was going to be like the next TO level type of guy. When I say TO level, I'm saying like receivers like Hall of Fame type. I'm talking about Jerry Rice, Randy Moss. And it's like T.O. and everyone else. Like I think Odell could have been that guy.
Oh yeah.
But he still got those hands. So we'll see how the Dolphins. That's another team. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of early games. They blow the heck out of teams. Like I love seeing just points all day. Now going to a team, I don't know. Everyone don't know about the offense here, but the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it real quick because there's a lot of Deshaun Watson slander that's been going on. Now, let me preface. Let me preface this. All right. Deshaun Watson. All right, like very talented dude with the Texans. Yeah. Very talented with the Texans. My own problem with him is like, bro, like you, Deshaun Watson, like you're getting $30 million a year. You do not have to take anything from anyone, bro. Like, just relax. Like, they will take advantage of you before you take advantage of them. There's no reason, Deshaun, for you to take advantage of any woman out there. I'm just saying, bro. There's no reason. Like, you are a star NFL quarterback. You don't gotta take nothing from anyone, bro. Like, you just
come on, Sil.
You just come in the room. I'm Deshaun Watson. I'm the star quarterback of the Texans, and you will have all the hotties in Texas after you at that time. You would have had Megan Thee Stallion. She probably was out there twerking it for you in Texas. Like, bro, what are you like? But we're past that, right? We're past that.
He did this. I don't know about Megan. You're gonna end up like Terry.
He paid his penance. He is now with Cleveland. That was his punishment. Actually, I don't know if people realize that part of his punishment was to go to Cleveland, Ohio. All right, so he's with the Browns. And, the offense is this is what I'm gonna say with the Browns offense. Like, and Nick Chubb is proven, right? Nick Chubb is a proven runner. Running game should be great with the Browns. The receiving game, I'm still not sure about this receiving core. They got rid of someone in the middle of last year. I was like, why'd you get rid of that guy? Like, he was good for your team. And then you got Amari Cooper. You got Njoku. Njoku's like a Kelsey. He could be a Kelsey level guy, tight end for the team. It's all about Deshaun Watson. Calls for the Browns. Their defense. That Myles Garrett's my favorite defensive player. Like,
right.
I mean, it's like 1A, 1BC with TJ Watt and Nick Bosa. That's interchangeable. Yeah. Those three guys. Myles Garrett, like he's my favorite. Myles Garrett's my favorite. And
he's a beast.
It's just something. Now, according to what they're saying, the Browns, it's very vanilla this preseason, rightfully so.
Yeah.
But you throw him out there for a few rounds. It's going to come down to Deshaun Watson. I think they're going to roll him out this weekend, actually.
Okay.
For some preseason action as well, because he had that shoulder injury last year.
That's the thing, flashy, man. Stay healthy.
Yeah, nothing flashy this offseason, nothing big this preseason, for Deshaun Watson. It's about just like you said, I think it's health. I think that's the point.
Don't give him too much free time, though. Don't give him too much free time. We all know what he does on his free time. Let's not do that.
If I was Deshaun, all I got to do is go anywhere. Like, yo, I'm Deshaun Watson. I go to the microphone. I'm Deshaun Watson.
That's it. You just got a line outside.
You ain't got to do nothing else, bro. You don't got to set him up with the massage parlor and stuff. You don't got to do none of that stuff, bro.
Nothing.
You're Deshaun Watson. We need some confidence. We need a confidence coach for Deshaun Watson. Like, bro, you are a star. You're still top 15 quarterback in the league. I don't know if you're top 10-ish. Just be like, yo, I'm Deshaun Watson. I'm getting $30 million a year. And come on.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
On, man. You gotta come on. Anyway, we're going from the Browns. In their division, though, what I was saying, before we go past the Browns, in their division, again, you got the Steelers, Ravens, Bengals. Do you think, because I think most people will say Ravens, Bengals challenging for the top.
Yeah.
The AFC was at North, I think. Who can be a challenger there between the Steelers and Browns? Who would you pick between those two teams?
Steelers and Browns, I'll go Steelers all day, every day.
You go Steelers?
Yeah, I'll go Steelers. Just because of who's backing up Watson out there?
I don't know. Flacco moved on, so it's not
Yeah.
Flacco. So yeah, I'm
Because
not
if
sure
it was
who they're
Flacco, I would
backing.
have definitely just went with Flacco.
Oh yeah, Flacco. They had a shot in the playoffs with Flacco. They went against the young Texans, and C.J. Stroud did his thing. But it's about the Browns. They got the running game. They got decent receivers. I think they need a little more firepower offensively. The defense is there. Browns defense is there. Yeah. That's why it's like quarterback wise, I would lean more towards the Browns and the Steelers actually, Carlos, because I just think if Deshaun Watson is ready to play, and shoulder's good, he's better than Russell Wilson or Justin Fields put together.
Right. I just feel like on my end, I feel like you have a either or type of situation, whereas the Browns, it's either Deshaun Watson at QB or a bust. Really.
So you're saying possible injury?
Possible injury.
Yeah.
Now this is what I want to talk about right here.
Let's get to some good teams right now. We talking about a lot of trash teams. Outside of your Dolphins good. There's a lot of other trash teams we talked about. Let's talk about the boys. The Chicago Bears, we back. If y'all didn't realize, like, my whole entire life I've been hearing about the 85 Bears. Like, I didn't even know about them. I grew up about, learning about them. And now we got probably our best quarterback. Before he even took a snap in the regular season, he's probably our best quarterback in franchise history. That's how crazy this Caleb Williams stuff is, bro. But I don't have the highlights queued up, but shout out to those again on the Still Nation Sports YouTube channel, checking out some of those clips I've been showing, and a Hard Knocks episode coming up this week. Recap coming, but Caleb Williams put on the cape this last preseason game. He showed his favorite quarterback is Aaron Rodgers. I know that's sacrilegious for Bears fans. He's a Packer, but Caleb Williams, he doesn't hide it. Aaron Rodgers was the guy that he studied, and that's a California guy, just like Caleb was over there. Rodgers is a California guy as well, so that's why that's a connection there. He had a play, Carlos, like
look
Caleb
just
Williams,
like him, bro.
Caleb Williams, he scrambled to the left, he squared the body up on the run, boom, bombed it downfield 40 yards to Rome Odunze, the rookie from Washington receiver. What you feeling about this Bears combo, bro? And then he still got Keenan Allen and DJ Moore.
Listen,
who's arguably their best receiver. This is scary.
Listen, and this is a biased Dolphins fan saying this. Listen, you know how I was saying the Spurs in NBA is a dark horse? Bears, I'm calling it right now. Clip this. The Bears are the dark horse this season, yo. It's like I said earlier on this episode, the aura of y'all's team is just different. Like you feel like everyone's on the same page. You feel like y'all are striving to one goal, and that's to win. And if people sleep on the Bears, I mean, look, y'all, when you have Fields on a given night, if Fields is feeling it, if y'all slept on the Bears will win. They will run it up on you with having just DJ Moore. Now having Keenan Allen, having the young cat you just Odunze, and that chemistry you see. I mean, you see it in Hard Knocks too. But man, don't sleep on the Bears.
I'm just saying, bro. Like you said, the receiving core is definitely top 3 in the league. I mean, DJ Moore is again your number one guy. Yeah. He gets it done. Keenan Allen is future Hall of Fame type numbers is what he has, and he's technically your number 2. Now, he's been number 1 his entire life with the Chargers. Now he's a number 2. That means he's going to eat because you got to double DJ Moore. He got the best speed on the team, the best route running. Keenan Allen is just as good or better at route running.
Yep.
And then you got again Odunze from Washington, the rookie receiver. On top of that, we got probably the best tight end core. We got Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett came over from the Chargers, and Mercedes Lewis. He's still playing somehow. Mercedes Lewis still playing. So they're all on our team, bro. Like this is scary. This offense is scary, and I think also we got DeAndre Swift in the backfield. Great pickup for the Eagles right there.
I did not know that you guys got Swift. I was wondering where Swift went. So he's on the Bears, huh?
We got Swift. We still got Khalil Herbert from last year, Roshan Johnson. We got a good running back core from last year. Add DeAndre Swift to that. So, and then Bears defense, I'm going to say Jalen Johnson, all-pro corner, and Montez Sweat, all-pro edge. Like, this Bears team, bro. That's why that Lions fan
for a while, the face of the Bears was their defense. As everybody didn't want to play against their defense. So, I mean, what I'm seeing with this team, man, is the veteran and the young core, like they're meshing together so well, and that's very rare. You don't see that a lot, and when that happens, that's when them crazy runs in the season happen.
So. This is a comparison I'm seeing because I put a lot of videos out about the Bears on a YouTube channel, and because I love that conversation, what people are talking about. They're like, "Yo, this feeling like Seattle Seahawks, like Legion of Boom time, like where you got all pros on defense and you get a young quarterback, competent Russell Wilson early on, good running game. He had Marshawn Lynch back then." We got DeAndre Swift and our core, right there, but we got a better receiving game than they had. That's what's crazy. It's like we may have the defense and a better offense than the early Seahawks team, Legion of Boom days.
And another thing too about that is the being on the same page. You can tell that. I mean, even Marshawn Lynch, he came out and had a couple of interviews in the past years, and he talked about how Russell had his own room, had his own thing. Now you see Caleb, he's with the team. Like he's instructing his guys. Even these veteran receivers, he's telling them, "Yo, I need you to go here because this is where I'm going to throw the ball." You never really saw that with that Legion of Doom. That Legion of Doom team. You feel me?
I think Caleb Williams is a smart dude. It's like learning from what preceded you. And also, like, he kind of picked Tom Brady's brain when he gets a chance, too. Like, that's he's about legacy and, like, the greatest ever. So it's like Caleb Williams, his mindset, he's coming from Hollywood. And a lot of people's like, oh, he's very – is he zesty or whatever? They're like, hey, what you going to do in that field, bro? I don't even care what's going on with your man persons and stuff, bro. Like, I don't even care, bro. I may get a man first if you win a Super Bowl. I'm just, but it's like, but all I'm saying,
you heard it here first, guys. Still say he's gonna wear a purse if they win a Super Bowl.
Hey, I'm not ashamed either, bro. They're gonna say Chicago Bears with that shit too. Like that's good, but it's like, bro. All I'm saying, Caleb Williams, like you next one in the city of Chicago. You talking about Michael Jordan town? They're saying Caleb Williams is up next. That's what it's like. We get man persons. It's gonna say Super Bowl winners on that. That's what it's gonna say. But it's like, but like I do believe though, because like the hype. I think the hype is real. I think, and when I say the hype is real, realistically, what I'm saying with the Bears is that let's just start division first, and then we'll talk about future stuff in the future. But can we be competitive with the Lions and Packers right now? That's the question for the Bears. Like, can you line up the Packers? They've been punking us for our lunch money since Devin Hester left the team like years ago. So are we ready to steal one from the Packers? And I say, yeah. We got one from them. Actually, I'll say even sooner than that. During the Trubisky days, I think. Was it Trubisky?
Yep.
We got one. We got one from the Packers during Aaron, a couple of them actually, but I'm saying recently. Right. Defense first, and then we figured out a way. So can we get one from the Packers? Yes. The Lions, no one cares about the Lions, okay?
Nobody.
So it's like it's about the Packers, okay? Like I'm just saying, I don't know the Lions, all they get into the conference game, I think. The Lions made the conference. No one cares.
Nobody cares. I don't know. I don't watch them.
Exactly. No, that's an open question. No one knows what the Lions did. Probably just one person.
Cricket's in the chats right now. Cricket's in the chats.
all I'm saying for the Bears, when I'm talking about from the Bears fan standpoint, it's about the Packers. Yeah, that's what we've been chasing them. We've been chasing the Packers.
Yeah.
So can we get one off of them and 9 or 10 wins? That is a success for me. Personally, Money Train James would know what the Lions did. Yeah. How many second, third, and fourth place? They know about that. But
I see him already clipping a lot of these.
Yeah, right. He was mad. I posted that video we played earlier. I posted it on the channel. That Lions fan all unnerved. He didn't like that video. But Bears, I think last year we got like 6 or 7 wins. Can we get 9 or 10 wins? Challenge for the playoffs. Beat the Packers at least one time in our house. Like literally, that's literally. I'm saying from a bit. That's a success. I ain't even talking about the playoffs yet. I'm saying beat the Packers, get 9 or 10. We may not even make the playoffs with 10 wins, but that would be a successful year for the Bears, in my opinion.
It's like we were talking about earlier with that other team. It's a step in the right direction.
Right.
And for you guys, it's more than a step in the right direction. You're taking a leap right now from where you were before. Like you guys got a talented team, man, and we can't sleep on them. You can't sleep on the Bears. I will say the Bears for me are gonna be my second favorite team, obviously outside of the Dolphins, to watch this season because they just seem fun, man. They seem fun to watch. So.
Yeah, so we'll see. Like I said, Hard Knocks episode recap coming up this week. Do not miss it. And appreciate it. Like I said, side note on the YouTube channel. Shout out to everyone who's been finding the channel through my Bears coverage and Hard Knocks. Like I said, I am a Chicago native, Southeast side Chicago. So we take this very seriously with the Bears. But I watch everyone, but so I don't get too biased with it. But we covering the boys this year. We covering our Bears this year, man. So you know what I'm saying. Now, one team I probably won't cover too much. Again, hopefully my homie Jules don't see this. The New York Giants suck, right? Yeah. You got Daniel Jones throwing 5 interceptions or something like in the preseason. Like, bro, I threw out the scenario for the Cowboys earlier. Like, you want to position yourself to draft a new quarterback.
Blow it up.
The Giants, they won't have no choice but to position themselves and draft Shedeur Sanders next year because they're going to be that bad. You let Saquon Barkley go. Yes, you got Malik Neighbors, the receiver from I think it's LSU. They say he's like Randy Moss talent. We'll see. You don't have a quarterback.
All I'm saying is there better not be a Monday night football game of Giants versus Dallas because that is going to be the lowest rating game in season history because that's going to be straight garbage on garbage playing against each other. So that's going to be
No one wants to see that.
Nobody.
No one wants to see that. You know, we don't we value our time more.
Please.
I would not cover that if that's the Giants should not be on prime time at all this season. They don't have it. They're paying Daniel Jones.
They sneak their way in there somehow, some way. They always do.
No, they're paying Daniel Jones $40 million, which is a discount compared to other quarterbacks, but they're still overpaying. They're still overpaying them with that. This is a joke. Coach Dayball, what's he saying? Some evaluation is part of it. You have a plan going into it. Whatever, bro. Your team sucks. Okay,
spin cycle.
Team sucks. Yeah. This should be the number one pick in the draft. Like during the year, I talk about the bottom 5 picks. Giants will be a candidate on that list every week. Worst team in the league. All right, that's terrible. Let's get past these guys. I'm not gonna spend too much time on the Saints because I think the NFC South division. You're talking about like a division of mid. Yeah. You got the Saints. You got the Bucks, Panthers. People picking the Falcons by default. So we're just gonna go past them. Houston Texans. You got Tank Dell back from off injury. You got returning Nico Collins, number 1 receiver from last year. Then you add Stephon Diggs to CJ Stroud, who had the best rookie quarterback year ever. CJ Stroud did. Yeah. CJ Stroud came in, did something Peyton Manning couldn't do his first year. Did something any great quarterback you could think of.
Everybody forgot about Diggs, man.
CJ Stroud Now, adding more weapons, and I believe they got another running back as well. I forget. They got what's the receiver? They got Mixon.
Okay.
They got
yes,
Mixon
yes.
from the Bengals, and they have a defensive coach as well. So the question, and this is the last team I think we're going to cover. We got another team. We'll see. But Texans, they get to the divisional round. They knock out the Browns last year in the playoffs. Rookie C.J. Stroud goes toe-to-toe with Lamar Jackson. Ravens just had too much for them in that round. They get more offense, better running game, solid average defense. We talk about that next up in the AFC, Carlos. What we say, right? Just what we're saying today. Chiefs, Bengals. Who's up next? Ravens, your Dolphins, Texans.
Yeah, no, yeah, I agree with that. I can see that. With Stephon Diggs, everyone's forgetting about Stephon Diggs because he's not playing for Josh Allen anymore. And to me, it's like Stephon Diggs is what made Josh Allen the guy you want, I guess, that everyone was talking about on NFL. But this team alone, man, just in general, what they did last season was crazy. And to add to get even better, it's like that step in that right direction. But this is just like they can sneak their way in and win big this year if they play their cards right and stay healthy.
Do you think? Because like I said, so I got to put like we're saying next up, and again we'll have a full forecast in the future weeks. But
yeah,
when we're saying next up in the AFC, I can see the Texans going into Cincinnati and like stealing one. I can see this team.
Yeah, so I was about to say you put the Bengals up there, and I know
because of Joe Burrow.
Yeah, Joe Burrow. But even with Burrow, these guys have some weapons, man, and I think they can, and taking Mixon from them, to be real, is pretty big. So I can see that 2 spot being between these guys. I can see them go over.
Running game is interesting, like you said, getting Mixon because that is like an addition by subtraction from them, which is true. I still think Joe Burrow, when it's like crunch time, when it's time to make that throw, Joe Burrow, is a better quarterback than C.J. Stroud. I mean, it's splitting hairs, but C.J. Stroud is very talented. He showed it. He went into the playoffs rookie year and did it. But Joe Burrow, they was calling that Burrowhead Stadium for a minute there in Kansas City. So he has that type of thing where I'm like, oh, if dude is healthy, I'm always going to give Joe Burrow a chance. I just am. You know what I mean? So, but as constructed, we can't sleep on the Bengals' weapons. Now, Jamar Chase is kind of like top 3 out here. I'm just saying, Jamar Chase, you still got T. Higgins. They got him at least for this year. So running game will be a question for the Bengals, but again, this is early preseason by default. I'm crediting your legacy, Joe Burrow. I gotta give him that 2 slot right now, and only because Mahomes got the rings and he don't. But Burrow can beat Mahomes. We've seen it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only reason why I give him that little extra bump right there.
Right.
Yeah. So we'll see the Texans though. I think Texans. I mean, I think your boys they don't really want to see the Texans in the back alley as well too. I'm just saying,
especially because Diggs, between him and Hill, they always going back and forth on social media playing against each other. Now Diggs actually has a quarterback who could throw to him. Tyreek Hill, I'm saying it live here on Night Views. Please shut your mouth, man. Do not talk to this man. Do not make them mad, please. Just play the damn game.
Go get him hyped, bro. I'm just saying, man. That's going to be really interesting again, probably next week or at least before kickoff. We'll definitely, again, forecast the year, kind of look at the divisions. Probably the next week, we'll probably start off with one of the conferences.
Yeah.
Kind of give our takes on the year and stuff like that. So that'll be kind of fun to do. But the Texans, I think, are for real. Those are a few of the preseason standouts, some movements that we talked about as well. And this next week in preseason, we're not expecting too much.
Right.
Starters playing. We may have a Deshaun Watson update next week or something like that. We'll see if
Hopefully
he does.
It's a good update.
You know what I'm saying? As long as he just keep his hands to himself, that's all you gotta do. But you Deshaun Watson, bro, it upsets me. Like to have his resources.
Out here struggling, bro. Like, come on,
it's like I still gotta like break the ice and stuff. Like you Deshaun Watson. But anyway. All right, as we close this out, man. Next week, Night Views again. It's weekly. We're doing this Tuesdays, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, approximately. When the NFL season starts, we'll be adding a Sunday show as well around the same time. So it'll be very interesting stuff leading up to it. Carlos, again, at the beginning, you was kind of throwing to people what you normally do, but if you want to kind of recap that again real quick before we close this out.
Yeah, man. So just got a revamp on the channel. We got Real Talks with comics, Real Talk anime. We have some Real Talk reacts where we're doing all reactional footage on things that I enjoy, shows I'm watching, anime shows I'm watching, and then also my comic stuff that I'm reading. So excited doing this, man. I've been busy doing everything and learning the new edits and stuff like that. But hey, man, it's been fun. It's been fun learning. So
yeah. Cool. Shout out to everyone in the chat that's been watching this through both of our platforms, YouTube, X, Twitter. Bears fans, like I said, y'all got a native here, Chicago native. So we're gonna be covering the Hard Knocks this week. New episode just came out tonight. I'm gonna have that covered for my recap this week. That's probably my favorite recap. Yeah, I actually kind of like have a new style just because of my Bears. I figured out a new style of recapping that's gonna be across all my platforms now. But because of my boys, we got our quarterback. So yeah, Bears fans, y'all in the right spot. Lions fans, y'all probably want to not be here this year. But like I said, Night Views next week. Appreciate all the support. We're just gonna slide out of here. We're still revamping because we expanded to football. Not just basketball over here. We'll see y'all next Tuesday around the same time. And then be ready for the NFL season. Fantasy football.
Yes. August 27th is our draft day. Next week. Yes, next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We did add a 9th player, so we have 9 players now. And yeah, man, I'm excited to start drafting. The league, it needs to start, man. I'm excited.
Hey, looking forward to fantasy football during the year. I messed with a little sports betting, so we may throw some lines out there to y'all. But be very responsible.
It's legal to bet now here in Florida on Hard Rock. Yeah. So there you go. Hard Rock.
I was saying like just do like $5 here and there. Like people don't go too crazy out there with that. Like pay your bills first, then. They have a little fun where you may get like $50 or $75 or something. You know what I'm saying? So slide on out of here. I'm still Abdul. See y'all next week. Night Views. Till next time.